It's the MOPOWERZ, where knowledge is power. How are you all doing this fantastic Monday night? Me, I'm absolutely fabulous as always, because I have detached myself from the matrix, and you too can feel fabulous as always if you detach yourself from the matrix. And if this is your first time watching the MOPOWERZ, I highly encourage that you continue to watch the videos, share the information with relatives, with friends, the guy at the bus stop that you're going to work with in the morning that has nothing to do. What a great way to jumpstart your day. Does anybody remember this track? If you are a skater, Pathway to Glory is a must. I myself, west side of Chicago, Grand Roller Rink, Monroe and Laramie, Chicago and Pulaski, Hot Wheels Roller Rink, 63rd and Damon, Foxy Wheels, 95th, The Loop, 87th and Woodlawn, which is currently open, the rink, and you also have the Rainbow on Clark and Lawrence. Me, I'm a fanatic with skating. Some things I can't do anymore. However, I still can hold my own at any given time. In fact, I used to skate with Don Juan's nephew, Footy, back in the day. Micro stars like Black Mike, like Mel, like Hector Sanchez, and other micro stars. You go over to Hot Wheels, you had Disco D. Anybody. I know if you are from Pulaski, Chicago Avenue, Central Park, Holman, Kedzie, Laramie, if you were a skater in Chicago and if you went to Hot Wheels, you knew who Disco D was. Fly as ever, yo. Fly. I myself even copped a couple of lessons from him. Shouts out to my skater, Felix, out there in Ohio. He's a real skater. Master skater. Not the rollerblade. We old school around here. Old school! Pathway to Glory, Kenneth Loggins. Listen to that there. Oh my goodness. Just think about what you were doing back in 1979, 80, 81, 82. And then after 82 and 83, things had changed. If you're my age, things has changed. It went from roller skating to maybe girls or sports. Sadly, some even went on to do drugs. Sadly, there were a lot of people when I was in high school that were doing drugs. Hardcore drugs like heroin. I had no idea. You'll catch me with a doobie. But all of that other stuff in high school, and those people that were hooked on that, you couldn't have told me that they were because I didn't see it at that time. But shouts out to everybody that I know in Chicago. Shouts out to everybody that I know in Chicago. Everybody. Especially those who help the MOSHOW in Chicago. And if you're from Chicago, you know the Mo Show. But we're going to get to the issue at hand, because today earlier around 5 a.m., I left you a video in regards to how your cities will be locked down. In fact, the title of the video is New Lockdown Coming Soon in Your City. Coming to your city. New Lockdown Coming to Your City is the name of the video. And in that video, I spoke about why the lockdowns were coming. I went to sleep at 7 o'clock this morning. After dropping that video, I arise at 1 p.m. And who did I wake up to? I woke up to Brooke Baldwin and Bianca Gola Dragna from CNN. And guess what it is that they were talking about? They were talking about the school, the reopening of schools. And so did I on my earlier video, ironically. And in that session with Brooke Baldwin and Bianca Gola Dragna, who is also a senior analyst, journalist for CNN, was talking about how there was 260 teachers who tested positive in the state of Georgia, which makes this story more interesting or horrific to some would be the fact that not only did this take place in Georgia, what did it do? It was in the largest school district in the state of Georgia, which is Gwinnett. Gwinnett is the largest school district in the state of Georgia, where 260 teachers tested positive. And you want to send your child back to school. Hey, I understand that some of those school meals help curb the appetite of your child being at school versus at home. I understand that. They know that too. They know that too. And it's sad that it's happening, but it is. And if you all have been really following, Nancy Shively, who is a special education teacher from Oklahoma, said that voting for Trump was like signing her death certificate. And if you pay special attention to the interview that was conducted, she wasn't just speaking for herself. She was speaking for other teachers as well. What about your state? What city are you from? Let me know what's going on with the school system in your state. Whether you be in LA, Colorado, Utah, New York, Oklahoma, New Mexico, Texas, Kansas, Minnesota. We don't even want to talk about Minnesota right now. We don't want to talk about Minnesota. But this is what I'm saying. What do you think? What do you think about your child going back to school? In the classroom. Now, some parents have removed their children from the schools and they went to virtual learning, which I think is not a bad idea. Some teachers are going to lose their jobs. And speaking of teachers, let me ask you something. Well, let me make a statement to you because many might not know. Many teachers across the nation are Caucasian women. Many teachers. Most teachers across the country are Caucasian women whom are married to the police. So after they miseducate your child, their husband, the police, locks them up. And you, with your foolish self, is looking to get your child back in school, not paying attention to what has happened in Indiana. Indiana has seen a spike in the corona's COVID-19 virus that has spread it among those who have went back to school. You have states like Wisconsin, city of Milwaukee. Today we're actually handing out Chromebooks, iPads for the children who was going back to school doing some type of virtual learning. Others will be in the classroom 2 or 3 times a week, disregarding Dr. Birx, who is a CDC doctor, professional, who predicted that there will be over 27,000 more kids, people, citizens in the U.S. who will be tested positive for the COVID-19 within the next month. Not next year, but in the next month, and you want to send your child back to school. You have other southern states like Mississippi and South Carolina who also have seen a spike in the COVID-19 cases, with Mississippi leading the helm at 21%, and South Carolina is following by 18%. Hell, even Donald Trump, your president, my president, whoever lives here in the U.S., their president, whether they want to like it or not, vote or not, he's the president of the U.S., and even he has said that the remedies that have been tested for a cure for the coronavirus has been ineffective. Yet, he wants to send your child back to school. Not to mention the fact that Betsy DeVos, who is the Secretary for Education for the country, speaks about the children going back to school, yet doesn't have a plan for this COVID-19. I'm serious. There is no cure, but they want your child to go back to school. You think about that. What does that do for you? What does that do to you? And what does that say about people who are in positions to make rules and laws and regulations over your life that you have no say-so about? Think about it. What say-so do they have over your life when they don't care about your life? I'm just saying. Am I making sense? I know I am. I don't have to get a confirmation from you in regards to am I making sense, because I know that I'm making sense. And those comments that you have in regards to what's going on in your state, let me know what's going on. How can schools reopen when teachers are testing positive for COVID-19? This is just not in the state of Georgia, right up under the CDC nose. This is going to take place nationwide. All of these gatherings that young people are having because they can't deal with the quarantine and the restraint. Now, granted, they are fabricating numbers. Okay, the whole entire world knows that. The world knows that. But the numbers still surge. And there are people that I know, and possibly you know, that may have contacted this virus. So it's real. It's very real. But I don't see school. I don't see school in the process. You have 50 states, 50 states in the U.S. You may have a couple of few extra or whatever, okay? But you got 50 states, okay? And in these 50 states, 23 to 25 have been labeled as a red zone. And you're talking about sending your child back to school. Is this not, or could you not agree with Nancy Shively in Oklahoma? Whereas she said that voting for Trump was like signing her death certificate. Could it be possibly with you two may feel like that you are signing your child's death certificate by sending them back to school, disregarding what these experts are saying? Even the CDC, even the World Health Organization said that the effects from COVID-19 could last for decades. Decades! And you thinking that things are going to return to normal. They are not going to return to normal. And I highly encourage you to prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. Do you have enough water? Do you have enough fuel stored up? Right? Are you able to do physical activities without being surrounded by many people besides those whom are in your home or in your quarters? Here it is. You have parents and some athletes, high school athletes, who are dying to get back on the field, but not in class. That makes no sense to me. You are worried about socializing, playing a sport, versus worrying about your health. Where is your mindset at? I'm just saying. And according to one YouTuber, Lance Scurvy, I'm going to say his name. Lance Scurvy, he made a video entitled, "How Dumb Are You?" How dumb can you be to send your child to school to receive a death sentence and then bring that death sentence home to you? 260 teachers tested positive for COVID-19 in Gwinnett, Georgia. Just think how many teachers are going to test positive for COVID-19 in your city, in your state, that you are dying to send your child to school to be educated by. I want you to think about that. I didn't come tonight to keep you long, but I did want to drop that on you, and I would appreciate your comments in the comment section in regards to what is happening in the school districts, in the city, or the state in which you are residing in. Do teachers in your city or state feel like Nancy Shively of Oklahoma? Do you feel like you are subjecting your child to a death sentence by sending them to school? Some schools have already started. Some are looking to be started. Like here in the city of Chicago, what are parents going to do? It's interesting to find out what the school year would be like here in Chicago. I'm just saying. So be prepared. And like I said, not only have backup water, have backup fuel for your vehicles if you can, because everybody don't have garages to store fuel. Grow your own food if you can. Always have a bug out bag ready if you can. Make sure you have antibiotics on hand. Make sure you get you some alcohol that kills germs, because they are taking, or what I have noticed is that I have seen a lack of alcohol on the shelves in the stores. That is a simple antibiotic, but it will help remove germs in case you cut yourself. And trust me, the times that are coming ahead to everybody here in the U.S., hell, it's going to be rough. So get ready. All of these stores that's going on right now, they're going to be closing. Businesses are closing every single day. Me, I'm going to sit back, observe, educate myself, then relate the information to you, among other things. But that I am going to do. And with that, you all, I wish you a great night, and I thank you for viewing. Because if it wasn't for your viewing, hell, I wouldn't have a view. And by all means, press that subscribe button, press that like button, press that share button. It's your brother, the FOPOWERZ, where knowledge is power, and it is your third eye that makes you shine like jewelry. Have a good night.